I can prove to you, white folks, that you have an accent. It's a pretty bold statement for a brown man, but I can prove to you. White people, when you swear, you sound like donkeys. You do, because you'll say stuff like, fuck off, shit, oh.
Almost Famous is Russell Peters' second Netflix special. He talks about careers and parenthood. Who is Russell Peters, you may ask? He's a Canadian comedian, he's Indian, he's from Toronto. When he was growing up, he was bullied due to his infancy. He has ADHD, but he has no trouble making friends, so he's extroverted, unlike me. He became a comedian because he loves to make people laugh. He has material concerns, races, and cultures, and yeah, that offends some people.
Look, they're gonna kill that guy, isn't that great?
Alright, maybe it's pointless saying this. The last shot was 2 shots combined. Describing a comedy special isn't the same as describing a movie or a TV show. Anyway, Russell is one of my favorite comedians. I also love Jeff Dunham. Russell has been famous for 10 years now. His first official special, Outsourced, came out in 2006. I first heard of him in December of that year. I was visiting one of my uncles. Maybe 4 people, including myself, seen Outsourced and his Comedy Now special. Yes, we laughed our asses off. Almost Famous was released last week. I wasn't aware of it until its release day. I'm sure some people found it hilarious. I'm sure some people feel Russell is no longer funny. I feel Almost Famous was okay. It's not bad. I can't really explain why it's not hilarious. I'll do my best to explain it. Russell's been famous for 10 years. He's no longer fresh, but he's still funny. A few jokes feel repetitive, but it's a nitpick, and doesn't every comedian go through that? There isn't much cultural stuff, but it's a nitpick. I was asking myself why wasn't the special hilarious, and of course not every special can be hilarious. Russell grew up with a lot of black people, so he's familiar with their customs, and yeah, he makes fun of them sometimes. He was really picky about finding the right doctor. He chose a hardened black guy from the hood. He ends his sentences with "and shit," like Kevin Smith, although he's a white guy. Anyway, so yeah, apparently Russell's doctor curses a lot. "Good morning, motherfucker. How's your fucking morning? Here's your prescription, motherfucker." Okay, sorry, that was annoying. Russell talks about parenthood. He has a 6-year-old daughter. He accidentally scares her, and she shushes him. It's probably worth mentioning when I was a kid. I'm talking middle school. I had this silly nitpick, shushing. A teacher shushed me so I could shut the fuck up, and yeah, that irritated me. Who knows how many kids knew that irritated me, so a few kids shushed me just to piss me off. Russell loves talking about his dad, Eric. He passed away in 2004. He had cancer. When Russell quotes him, he uses the Indian accent. When Russell was a kid, Eric's job was a chicken plant inspector, and that felt weird to Russell for a long time. When Russell was 16, Eric told him he should go work at the airport because they're hiring, be a baggage handler. That story was funny, but it felt repetitive to me. It reminded me of the hot dog story. Russell's a womanizer. He wasn't ashamed to admit that. He's had numerous girlfriends. He talks about men quietly going to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and women being loud as shit, putting on tap shoes and rabbit-tapping their way to the bathroom. Russell loves doing the Indian accent. It's his trademark. I guess there's another Indian comic who loves doing the Indian accent. The Indian accent is the punchline to some of his jokes, although Russell isn't simply a jokester. He tells stories. He has 2 famous stories, Be a Man, and Somebody's Gonna Get Hurt Real Bad.
I walked in the house, my dad goes, "Russell, come and do the dishes." Fuck you, Dad. What the hell did you say to me? Do I look like Ryan's mom? Somebody gonna get hurt real bad.
Most of these jokes were new to me. Last November, I seen him live at the Hard Rock Casino in Coquitlam, BC. The punchline to the shushing joke made me cry. It's probably worth mentioning a few days before the show, I sprained my ankle, so on that night, I was in serious pain, so I was sleeping badly. Thankfully, my ankle got better the next day. Almost Famous gets a C. It's not bad. It's funny. It's worth seeing once. If you have Netflix, you could check it out. I'm sure Russell will make another hilarious special. I reviewed Daredevil and Jessica Jones, and yet I haven't graded them. I haven't really thought about grading them. I review movies a lot more than TV shows, and of course, I grade movies. So let me know what you thought of Almost Famous. Did you like it or hate it?
But you know what the Indian accent is good for? Cutting tension. You got a tense situation, pop in the Indian accent. Tension's gone. Picture a serious courtroom drama. Your Honor, my client would like to plead guilty.
Russell's first Netflix special, Notorious, was hilarious. I've seen it 4 times. It's weird I wasn't compelled to review it. He talks about Thailand and the Middle East. He visited the Middle East many times. It's a friendly place. Yeah, he talks about his daughter. It's a funny story. Every parent knows you have to watch what you say around your kids. A lot of young kids hear their parents swear. Yeah, it's a huge cliche, but it's true. Yeah, he talks about his dad. In fact, that's how he ends the special. He ends most of his specials talking about his dad.
That's not fun. Somebody gonna get hurt real bad.
That clip was the beginning of an edited Quantum of Solace trailer. If you want to see it, there's a link in the description box. I understand why some hated Quantum of Solace. I feel it's alright. I own several Bond movies. Daniel Craig is my favorite Bond. I think it's done. Here's Russell's book, Call Me Russell. It was published in 2010. I reviewed it a few years ago. It was one of the first reviews on this channel. This isn't my first channel. I thought about reading the book description again, but since my review is a little overlong, I suppose, I'll just read the first part right now. This candid first-person memoir chronicles Russell Peters' life from his humble beginnings in suburbia as a scrawny brown bullied kid with ADD to his remarkable rise as one of the world's most beloved top-earning comics. As always, thanks for watching, guys. Shares are appreciated. You can check out my latest trailer reactions if you haven't already. I'm seeing The Accountant tomorrow if I can. We're going for a huge storm right now. A lot of people lost power today. I lost power for a couple hours, so I may lose power tomorrow. I'll talk to you later.